Do they want to file this again? Or is it something we keep? Is this something you file or?
Probably.
It's a letter on the envelope somewhere.
So we can still act on this. We can ask them how this thing now that we have nothing. Oh, you guys have. Well.
Okay. Is it working? Everybody working? Yep. Okay, got 6 o'clock. Everybody's ready? Yep. We'll call this meeting to order. Gonna ask for a motion to approve the agenda, but I did see something missing off the agenda before we do that. On the back of the agenda at the bottom, there's no approval of minutes on there. I didn't know.
You want that right after board or after claims?
Well, I don't know if we can put that on there with it not being on there to vote on it.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there, Kristen, did you prepare the agenda or who prepared the agenda?
You'd have to ask the auditor
Who prepared it?
or why it's not on there.
Why it's not on there? Well, I don't know if we need to have a special meeting.
Oh, yeah, you can't just add, you can
Yeah.
take away stuff.
Yeah, you can't add.
Okay,
I've never seen the agenda without the approval of the minutes on there, ever, anywhere. How do we want to handle that? Do we want to have a Monday, Tuesday, we need to have a meeting where,
well, I think we're gonna have to have a different meeting next week anyway, because we're gonna be gone for the conference, right?
We don't even have to have a
Oh, we
meeting.
don't have to.
No, we don't have to meet every week if we don't want to.
But we could have a meeting like next Tuesday to go over the minutes.
Happy to leave at noon.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know, when we talk about our agendas and everything, we've had to make board decisions, what's taken away or added to an agenda or template. I don't know who decided to remove this from the agenda, approve the minutes. I guess,
We can approve it in 2 weeks. We
I
don't
guess
have
too long. It should have been done tonight. I don't know if we call a special meeting for Monday or Tuesday. We've got an agenda put out tomorrow to do that. We need to make sure we're doing that. That's
Yeah.
very, very weird. I've never been to a board meeting anywhere that they don't approve their minutes, ever. So anyway, so what do you want to, before we go, so it's not on there, we can't really add it to vote on. It was taken away without the board's knowledge or decision. So
I move we approve the agenda as it stands.
I guess we can,
I mean, we're not gonna be able to change that,
no,
right? So we just.
we'll have to talk about a special meeting at the end, so.
Yeah, and board communication, we can talk about that. So
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and second to approve the agenda, and, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Pledge allegiance.
here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. See here. And before we go any further on that, just what we just did to approve the agenda, myself, I will not vote to approve another agenda that does not have the minutes on the agenda. We did this so we can do business tonight, so we need to make sure that gets done. Okay, what we have here is public comment. Anybody has a public comment? Please come up.
Hi, Kim Tudor, Essex. First of all, I like the new room arrangement. I don't know if it's the arrangement, the microphones or what, but on Zoom last week, it was very clear. So I appreciate everybody's effort in that. I'd also like to say thank you for the decision regarding purchasing different rock. Those of us who frequent the gravel roads are very appreciative and looking forward to the new rock. I'd like to throw out another thank you for taking your time to review items such as the purchase of the new road graders. I'm not independently wealthy. I don't have an unlimited spending account. So when making large purchases, I have to research, educate myself, which will give me the best chance of making a decision that I can accept, support, and if necessary, defend. So I really appreciate seeing the same philosophy that some of the board members are using when they are spending our taxpayer dollars. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any comment? If we don't have anybody, JD can go. If you have one, that's fine.
Good evening, JD King, Page County Engineer. It's a fine day in Page County. Because tomorrow's a bridge day for. Been looking for this for a long time, months. Engineer update went out Tuesday evening. Blades are out. We're hauling rock with some tandems and a belly dump. Today, less trucks earlier in the week, they were patching, full patching on some concretes on J64, and the spray patcher was running on the East River Road today. We got a pipe crew working over on 255th near K Avenue. There should be some mowers running, not earlier in the week, but later in the week. I guess this is the end of the week for the men. We're gonna work on some pipes down at the intersection of J55 and Teak in anticipation of project work next season. We got a John Deere mower tractor that's waiting parts for the hydraulic pump. Motor grader 2's in Atlantic with some warranty work. That was our rebuild machine. The cat mower tractor is going again. It was the mower that was the issue. Got an air leak that we're having trouble finding on the belly dump. But the new belly dump should be available next week to us. You look on the big screen, the J Road full depth reclamation part is complete. That's a picture of the powder ahead of the big mill on the left there, water tanker filling the mill, and then right in the foreground is the chewed up road with 3.5 inches of rock or 1,800 tons of rock per mile, 5% cement powder, and 8-inch grind. So now we're waiting on the subcontractor that does the seal coat to show up. He needs to go to Farragut to Manti Road first, and I anticipate him in the beginning of September. It'll be a couple of weeks, the road will be open to traffic. The dirt crew is on site on 280th Street. Nope. That's not 280th Street, that's Nishna. Okay, then. Let's try the next bridge, next picture. There we go. That's the Essex Bridge west on 150th Street. We're gonna pour the deck tomorrow, starting at 5 o'clock in the morning. Be a $500,000 day with concrete steel. You got utility permits, there's a map on your desk. The ISAC meetings next week, I plan to attend. There's also a raise grant meeting there for the Essex North Bridge. And we'll do a couple of agenda items here. IMO has some permits for a fiber in the southeast part of the county and primarily East River Township. I need a motion for approval.
You guys see that, understand that?
Yep.
Made a motion on that agenda item,
I'll make a motion, we approve those permits.
I'll second it.
okay, any discussion on that? We all good? Roll call, please.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes,
Clark,
Yes.
okay, got that done?
Okay, now, before we go, and this is not on the engineer update written part. The John Deere skid steer made it to the shop today. The replacement.
Oh, the new one, oh, good,
Doing, so that's not on the written thing, it wasn't there when I wrote it, but it's here today. The next agenda item that we have here is the motor grader purchase. This is the same bids that was presented last Thursday evening. I sent it to you in the email again, but I didn't give you a hard copy. We had a display at the shop at 4 o'clock. Thanks for coming down. We got both vendors were here. The numbers are still all the same. I
Right.
still recommend 2 140 all-wheel drive cat machines. We have that money available.
Right.
And
now, I don't know, the one number, I'm not sure if everybody heard, was when they talked about having the link, John Deere link or Cat link, to communicate by satellite. What was it? I don't, $300 and some per cat per year.
yes,
So that's a difference. I just don't know if I knew that per machine, per year, a Deere was 0 on that. Just, that's another number. I don't remember what exactly it was. I think, I don't know the exact number, JD, was it around $350? I said, yes, it's $300 some dollars. What was it? 360, okay. Oh, the road grader bid, we can go over that. I guess let's just do the 2 machine total. Is that what matters basically on this?
okay. The Deere machines, 2 machine total is $729,398.00. The cat bid, $715,634.96.
Yeah.
And
Now-
last, we had discussion from some of the vendors. There might be some of that again today.
Right, for math's sake, I talked to JD about this a minute, I did some math here on each. John Deere and Cat valued their own machine hire and trade.
Correct.
And if you look at your paper there, if you take machine 1 from Deere and machine 1 from Cat, the total of those 2 together with the trades, the way they put it, is $716,666. So it would only be about exactly $1,000 higher to buy one of each. That's just another scenario.
Oh, yeah, just.
If they value their trades different. So that's just
That's buying
One John Deere and one Cat
cat.
with the different trades. Yeah, so that's just,
Maximizing the trade.
yep, the way they value their trades. It would be,
Those are the same numbers I got.
yep. Yep, okay, so that's kind of just so you know that. And if there's,
And your recommendation is?
Same as it was last week, 2 cat 140s.
okay, so on that,
Yeah, I thought they were both really interesting. I said that, you know, the John Deere has lots of bells and whistles, lots of neat fiction, things. I talked to, you know, like I think all of us did, talk to those operators down there
Mhm.
that were there. I did manage to get in a few phone calls between here and there with, I talked to Jeff Shipley out of Fremont County, who runs secondary roads over there. They have gone all to John Deere.
Mhm.
They just got rid of their last cat today. He had very good things to say about Deere.
Mhm.
He's had very good service. He has a very good service rapport with John Deere, and being able to get a tech right away versus where they've had trouble with getting cat techs to look at stuff. I guess my biggest thing is, you know, I don't run them, so the guys that run them like the cat, so it makes no difference to me.
Right.
I would,
Did you talk to that Kirk? Oh, the two
I-
graders are going to who? They're going to Kirk Nelson and what's the other one? Yeah, Nick Ames, that's right.
yeah, and
Those are the two that are.
I did
the two
not get to
graders.
talk to Kurt.
Kirk wasn't there today. He took
Yeah,
his mother
he
to
wasn't,
the
yeah.
doctor.
I did you visit with him, Judy? You did, and I did also. What was it? His preference was the deer, is what he kind of, but he liked both of them,
He basically said either one.
so.
Yeah, I tried to reach out to him and
I'm trying to look at this, we want.
The wings don't fit on the,
yeah, the wings
will not fit on the deer.
I did ask him how often we use those wings, but we haven't really used them since, what did it say, 2015 was the last big snow. You know, that maybe we've used them then.
But if we have to buy them, they're like $20,000.
Yeah,
For John Deere.
yeah.
So,
One of my thoughts about maybe trying one deer is this. All these things that seem so great. If it was one in the fleet, we have one right now, this way of one odd one anyway. That if it is that great, and we find out in a couple of years of running it, it's that great, we at least know when we buy the next couple. Other than that, Cat's got the lower bid, but if we do, there is things, other factors in there. With the
Yeah, the
savings you get from one to the other.
and yeah, and that would be great if you could compare apples to apples over a long haul to see, you know, is the service, you know, better? Are we doing less maintenance? Are we getting better fuel mileage? Are we getting all these benefits that the salesman, you know, portrayed to us? You know, is that paying off? Because really it boils down to the taxpayer. You know, are we gonna get money in the long run
Right,
out of that versus, you know, saving it up front and then paying for it in the back end with
Right.
much more service issues and things like that. So,
well, 10 years of the $350 a year is $3,500 just for that. Just the fee to have the satellite link, so. I don't know, that's kind of either get the pair of cats or try a deer and do it where it's about the same price. It's kind of what I think, I don't know.
yeah, and like I said, I'm not the one sitting in it. And, you know, my biggest thing is with the taxpayers and, you know, with Cat having the lowest bid. The other thing is, you know, you kind of realize that you can have a preference of what you like as an employee, but you don't always get to choose what you get. You kind of have to do what the county, since you work for the county, you kind of do what the county, it doesn't always make you happy, maybe that you don't have the right tools or what you want, but so, I mean, I'm kind of torn.
and the other
as far
thing
as-
is,
I mean,
when talking to the operators, is they're in those like 8 hours a day. So
Right,
you need
yep.
to look
I
at
asked
that
them.
also.
Yep,
Yeah.
and you know, the Cat has some good things too. They've got the side windshield wipers, they got a little bit more room in the cab. You know, I personally wouldn't like to sit 8 hours with joysticks all day, but that's just.
But that's what they're used to.
Yeah, they're used to,
Yeah.
and
they're-
so.
They're not used
I
to the
would be
steering
lost
wheel.
without a steering wheel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Well, it's $1,000 more to do one of each than the low bid. So it's 715.6 or it's 716.6. And we're getting reversible fan, saving $3,500 on just the technology. Right, and we're gonna try one out to see if it's as good as they say it is. So I don't know, I hate to buy one of each. not just do the same thing, but I kind
Yeah.
of like the idea of seeing if it's worth it or not. I did talk to, a guy from Montgomery County after the meeting. I called him, that runs a 672 and has run the cat, and he's 6'6", and he likes the John Deere. So that, and he said he likes it and likes a lot of options about it. So I don't know. I think they're both good. We want to do the best thing on purchase price and on what's it gonna cost over 10 years. So,
Yeah, I mean, ideally to me, it'd be nice to get one of each, but I know there's ups and downs to that as well. As far as, you know, you have one John Deere and then all the rest are cats. You got one guy call in and you need to put somebody in there that isn't used to driving it. You
Right.
definitely don't want to start them out on a snowy day trying to figure out how to run that machine.
Right.
So unfortunately, there's downsides to doing that. It'd be great to be able to do it and trial it and see where the savings is for a whole year, because we could track all that information. And,
right now, we
And
have one
compare.
Deere that Kirk Nelson runs.
We're trading
which
it.
we're trading
Trading
on
it. Let's say we have one Deere and all cats.
all the rest cats.
Yeah.
So,
Be the same scenario.
yeah.
I see that too. I see the two deals. So I don't know. We gotta,
And I assume the one that we're trading, we don't have any of that information.
do we have any
From the service of that
over,
over a period of time.
yeah, but over 10 years, trying to compare some stuff. Do you have any thoughts or numbers on that? Now, I have another question. This on engineer update. On the one we bought that was rebuilt, we sent off to get totally rebuilt and it's having trouble. What is the transmission or what's the problem on that? And it's, but there, it has like new warranties, they're gonna work on it. Right, they're gonna, is there any? So that's we bought it like new when we rebuilt it. They gave us new warranty. So,
It was the transmission problem that I talked about with the update, it's a warranty thing.
yeah, but we've not had that very long. Have they send the whole machine away or the transmission or what are they doing?
She's in Atlantic, the transmission's up in
They
Minneapolis.
send it up there to get redone, so they can all break. I don't. Since Kirk's indifferent, I would kind of like to see a test to see if it pays. Other than that, I don't, I'm very indifferent on this.
Yeah, I see both sides of it, and I think where I fall is falling with the people that run it and sit in it and have to work on them. Even though there is a couple guys maybe that want the deers.
I agree with you, Todd.
I don't know, it's a very tough decision. And I think the one thing too, that might be part of maybe their hesitancy to go towards a deer is, you know, we did get the skid steer as a deer skid steer, and then we had trouble with it right off the bat. And so sometimes when you get a product, then it puts a bad taste in somebody's mouth, just even though it was just a fluke thing
Right,
that could have happened to
Well, you
Caterpillar just as easy.
you
but-
defend things you like a new cat.
Right, and
Road
because,
grader has transmission back up Minneapolis, you don't say anything about it. You know, so
right,
it's all preference things, so.
The other thing is we have all cats. We will have all cats and then we'll have
Yeah.
one deer, so we'll have different inventory.
right,
They're used to working on cats.
but
I don't know.
And
And
the other
and
part
it's
of that-
versus 14,000.
at some point you gotta, if you're gonna change,
If we
at
buy-
some point you gotta change.
Right, if you buy
Yeah.
one of each, it's $1,000 difference.
Otherwise, we save
Yeah,
we
if you buy
save
two
14,000.
But I'm not, you're not. If we do one of each, it's a $1,000 difference from the low, that's what I'm saying. It's 715,000 to buy two cats. It's 716,000 to buy one cat, one John Deere. You see what I'm saying? Of the low, you see what I'm
So
saying?
it's only 1,000.
It's only $1,000 difference from the low, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
From the low bid, two cats. So that's where it's kind of, if it was still 14,000, it'd be, it'd tilt. So that's, we have an opportunity to try one, not really spend any money, and there's some options there that are pretty if we added the reversing fan to the cat, I did talk to the guy in Montgomery County and he said he in a year did not blow out his radiator. It was
He
that
said
good.
what?
In a year, he did not blow out his radiator and it's clean.
In a year, what?
He did not blow out his radiator.
Oh,
It does work very well. That's, the guy, Montgomery County told me that before it came in there. So he really likes that, keeping it clean. So there's options there that are worth $1,000.
right.
So that's, I don't know, that's your kind of compromise. And the guy that's gonna run the deer said he's okay with running the deer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where are you, the vendors?
Does any vendor want to speak on this before we make a motion? Yeah, go ahead.
Patrick Tigan with Ziegler Cat. I'd like to thank you for allowing us to bid those two motor graders for you guys. As Ziegler values our relationship, which has been very solid for a long time. We're gonna offer a buyback guarantee outside of the bid spec. I know it wasn't asked for or anything like that, but just to show that we value our technology, our product. We're willing to offer a buyback guarantee on the purchase of two 140 all-wheel drive motor graders. I have documents if.
What's the offer to buyback?
It would be 5-year, 5,000 hours. We'd guarantee a buyback of $225,000 per machine. If it goes out to a 7-year, 7,000 hour, the buyback guarantee would be $178,000.
You have the dollars per hour already figured. I can figure it. I didn't know if you have it already. So that'd be.
This is similar to what we've had in years past,
Correct,
because we always had that
correct.
years ago.
Yep.
We had a buyback. Right.
$35 an hour, basically.
The 5-year, 5,000.
The cost is $175,000
Thank
for 5
you.
years. 5,000. Okay. What's that? You need another one? We can pass it over.
We can share.
Oh, here.
Does. Okay, well. That's good. I don't like not having a. It's kind of like that's a one-up now on a bid.
I found out on the way down, well, right before I left, that
Yeah.
Ziegler was willing to do that. Another side note, John Deere was able to bring an actual motor grader specialist
Yeah,
out to do the walk around, which if we brought a cat motor grader specialist out to do a walk around, me, myself, you guys all saw it, I don't have the highlights, I don't have the low lights, so
yeah,
that was a huge disadvantage because I didn't have those key notes to point out to you guys.
Yeah.
Which there was, I'm guessing, dozens of items that I missed, you know, so that's one thing. If there was an opportunity, we'd like to get a specialist out and do a walk around. So it's
be informed.
apples to apples.
Well, that's an additional piece of information.
I didn't realize they were having a specialist
Right.
to come and talk about it. I thought it was a very casual walk around, just look at it and not
Yeah,
have an actual specialist on site.
okay, well. Have we had buybacks on anything else, JD? Guarantees?
I'm not familiar with those. I know they haven't before.
We used to always have it. I mean, for years and years, we had the buyback program.
$35 an hour, but $175,000 to just, if the grader's still in really good shape, is a lot of money too, to jump ship right there. I mean, that's very expensive too, but dollars per hour, $35 an hour, I think so it is. Is that not right? 400,000 minus 225. 400,000 for the cat grader. They're gonna offer us $225,000 back. Divide that by 5, is that right? I'm just saying 175,000. Divided by 5,000 hours. It's a-
225 and 178,000.
I think it's about $35 an hour, I think. To operate. Yeah, that's. And you limit your warranty exposure. Of not having warranty, okay, so. Well, that's interesting.
I wish I would have known that was an offer beforehand, but yeah, like I said, I found out this morning,
Well, we'll give,
so.
that's, sounds pretty good on the face of trying to understand this, here, give Deere a chance to speak and
Absolutely, and
Thank
that
you
would
for
be
that.
a purchase of two,
got to
one,
do too.
yep, it would have to be two.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
understand.
Good evening, I'm Brian Bringer, Market Tracker. I appreciate his offer, but I believe if you were to consult with the county attorney, he would advise you that that would be illegal to accept that tonight because this has been a sealed bid that was opened last
Sure.
week. And in essence, you're allowing him to change his bid.
Right,
So I think we need to go with the original numbers. We went over a lot of information out there walking around the machine. Unfortunately, some of the Deere operators were not there. So you kind of heard some of the one-sided stuff. You guys have always been a long time cat operator. I understand that. But like Jacob said, for $1,000 difference, you get to try the new technology and have two brand new machines that you can run side by side to see which one performs best over time. I just appreciate you postponing the decision until tonight and coming out and looking at them and for giving us time to talk to you. Thank you.
okay, thank you. That is a good, we've talked before about this, we don't chop bids, and change things. If that had been glued to the original. But then. What's that?
I did.
I know you did, I'm just saying, is that kind of, we need to ask a legal question on this, because it's kind of, things change now.
Yeah.
It's kind of different than what it was, so I don't know if that's legal to even do. Because they were sealed bids. So, wow, there's a curveball. Yeah.
Well, if you do a split, that takes that out. That's not even,
I don't know that we could even accept that. If, I don't know, like you said, it's a good point, it's a good legal question, if Carl was here, I'd ask him.
oh, we can't even accept their bid.
Well,
Or what do
it
you-
changed, even if we like it, I don't know if we can accept it,
Well,
I
no.
don't know that.
But I'm saying, so this buyback, we would just
It would be out.
pretend we're not getting.
Pretend it wasn't
Yeah,
there.
pretend it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And not accept that, and just either we could do a split bid. And do what. Then we could compare apples to apples, so, see how it compares.
If. We would have to ask a legal question if we could even do it if we wanted to on the other offer, if we bought two cats, I don't know the answer to that. It doesn't seem right. But I don't
So,
know.
yeah, cause I'm assuming you wouldn't say no. To the buyback
But if that's why you made your
after you
decision, it's
bought
not,
two cats.
it's not fair to the other bidder.
Right, no,
not
no, I
fair.
got, yeah.
Cause they would have, if we opened it back up,
But what
maybe
I'm
they would
saying is-
offer us something,
What I'm saying is if we did a split bid,
yeah, just left it like that.
left it like that and said, we're gonna buy one of each. For the $1,000 difference
Right.
for total price.
Do you have any thoughts on the legality of that, Judy? We're not lawyers, so I don't know, it
Yeah.
doesn't seem right, so.
Do we want to postpone that to
I don't want to, but I don't
find
know, maybe we
to
should,
get legal advice first?
or open up the bids for one more week and let them do what they want.
Well,
let both sides do what they want.
yeah, and then,
We could just open it right back up, I think, and let him have a week to mess with it. He's made a new offer.
yeah, and then he could put his new offer in and,
That's kind of our options. Either we probably have to stay the Calshus Road or open it up and they could have a bid in 1 week, just do it next week. I want to do it
which,
tonight.
which we don't have
Wait,
we don't have a meeting next week, so we'd have to, it'd be 2 weeks.
Or if the bid opens back up, they might change the price. I mean, I don't, if we open the bid back up, they're gonna seal bid in 7 days. I don't know. If they could do that, anybody else is welcome to put a bid in too at that time, anyone else who wants to. I don't know. I mean, nobody wants to wait another week or two, but my goodness, that's a whole different animal we're dealing with now. We have new information,
Right.
totally different dollar and cents information.
I would make the motion that we postpone for 2 weeks and reopen the sealed bids.
And put it out. How long do we have to do sealed bids? It doesn't, it's up to us. The set time. So are you guys good with that? Can you complete a bid? The same thing for 2 weeks from now and submit it and we'll open them up and as long as they don't change in the middle of it, we'll just buy some. Buy one of them or both of them.
And the purpose of this wasn't to make this turn into this deal.
Yeah.
It was to more or less show the value that we are expecting out of our cats. And
We're kind of in an awkward spot here. 'Cause
yes,
if
no,
it was-
I follow you completely.
If they had done the same thing, then you'd be like, wait a minute, I want a chance at this. So it's, and if you're good with a sealed bid, a new sealed bid in 2 weeks, if you guys are both good, anyone else that wants to bid this, we're not trying to exclude anybody. Then I'm all right with that. We get this going. They're all 4 to 7 months out right now on production, so we want to make a decision, but we kind of haven't. That sounds like
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna ask for bids again?
yeah, you're willing to do that? Is John Deere willing to do that?
You're gonna change the bids that we've already got?
We're gonna not take either one of them and let them bid again. Is John Deere good with that?
Yeah, we could do that, but I'll be honest with you, not because I'm trying to help him out, but his number's out there. I mean, what's it gonna
Right.
keep me from just saying, well, he's whatever it was.
I know.
You can cut.
It's
you can-
honoring. We've got a really weird situation here.
And
This
you
just-
know,
yeah.
It's muddying the water and we don't need to muddy the.
No,
water.
I know.
You know, I'm
No.
telling you, guys, I know you've heard from a lot of people. For $1,000 difference, you're gonna try one of each. His machine is brand new. You've never had a 140. Our 672 GP is gonna be brand new to you. You've never had our GP. This is a great opportunity to try both machines and quit muddying the water. Now, I understand you're trying to be as fair as you can be, but again, you open this back up, I know his numbers on his buyback, and of course, he knows what I bid as well.
Well, maybe to go down, the taxpayer wins, right? Hey,
Yeah.
this is,
You have a bidding.
I've negotiated all kinds of things. I like this. This is good.
I don't think it's a good idea to
We're trying to,
rebid,
Well, we can refuse bids and rebid.
but I think it's crazy, as he said, that we already know all the numbers.
Well, that means they'll,
It's unfair.
well, they could both lower to whatever they want to do or stay the same. It's a free, you can go up if you want. I mean, you can do that game. So we've got 2 good outfits wanting to sell us some graders. I mean, what we got here, we have good offers. One just got have a guarantee out there is if one ends up being somehow a lemon and we want out of this thing, we've got a good guarantee, you know.
I think we need to go back to where we were before Patrick came up. Before that, and what were you thinking then?
We have new information.
Yeah.
If I was buying a tractor right now, I'd be like, whoa, wait a minute, let's go back to the drawing board here for a minute. This is a big deal. So if you're good with submitting bids, you're the one that the number's out there. Is that bother you to submit a bid again?
Buyback is, yeah,
we have good numbers. We're not hiding anything. It's,
Right,
I don't know. I'll go back to my boss and say we're resubmitting, but
yeah,
we have
Yeah.
the best numbers out there.
Yeah.
So
so you're comfortable? If you're comfortable. And I mean, I understand you're at an advantage now, but we're gonna close it, seal it, you do whatever you want with the bids. And our risk is they go up, but
It doesn't make sense to do that.
how not?
It doesn't make sense because your bids are out there. They each know what the others bid.
But you know, every county does the same thing.
No, they don't, Jacob. You take bids, you open them and you choose one.
Let me finish my statement, please. The other counties do the same bid and we can go look at their bids to see what John Deere bids, what Cat bids. That's not secret, it's public. So we can get an idea where they are in other counties on the same machines, that's all I'm saying. It's not like this is the first time graders are gonna bid. When Fremont County has Cat and Deere bid, they get to open them and we can read their minutes and see what the bids were. I think
They're,
that's,
the machines that they're trading in are totally different than our
the
machines.
list price is what we're talking about.
Can I say something? Just, so I guess in my head, our two options would be, well, three. So we have three options. One would be to rebid. like
You made
what-
that motion.
What you said. So I made,
I'll second that.
okay,
Just
now can we have
get done.
discussion?
Yes.
You made a
okay.
motion?
I did make a motion
I
to
forgot to
rebid, but nobody seconded
I
it. He
don't
just now
second.
seconded it, so. Anyway, so that's just for discussion, okay? So we're just discussing. So, one, we can rebid and have the bids redone. Two, we could buy one of each, throw out the buyback, not even do it. The other one is you buy two of one or two of the other, and we don't do the buyback either way.
Right, tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah.
So that's our three options,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Is that right, Judy? Am I thinking
We can't
clearly?
take his special offer.
We can't take that special
Right,
offer.
right.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm torn just because I think it'd be neat to have one of each, but I also know there's upsides and downsides to that. So,
Right, well, there is, but there's good and bad.
and then I also know it's awful, also
And
nice
we
for the
appreciate-
buyback piece is a big deal.
Both vendors want to be here. We appreciate it. Taxpayer wins. We're glad you're here. Taxpayer wins. We got good equipment. That's what I think. I think let them bid it again.
Once you open bids, everybody
No, we're gonna
knows what they offer.
refuse these bids and then open.
I
it.
know what you're saying, but they're still out there. They're still out there, so they can undercut or whatever, and it's just, that's not good business.
If,
It's not the way county government operates, I'll
if
put it that
Fremont
way.
County, I don't know when the last time they bid it. Where was the John Deere from today? Where was the John Deere road grader from today that we looked at?
Might go, well,
It's a stock unit.
stock unit, yeah. and
They
then-
didn't have hardly hours. I'm sure we can look around and find what the bid was on the Deere and the Cat within 100 miles of here very recently. So we could find these bids just looking around. It's not like it's secret. It's all public government bid. So we made a motion a second.
And not even, just rebidding it, I don't know that that's anything
Gonna hurt anybody.
illegal,
No,
that, you can do that, and it's kind of
put
like
out the same spec sheet,
free market.
same
Will
spec sheet,
Dictate,
except they can go up too. I mean, that's
and
our
they
bid.
could,
So we're taking that risk, but I think it might benefit the taxpayer to see if there's a little more savings or a better deal we can make in 2 weeks.
yeah, I just think if we ended up going with Caterpillar and you had the buyback, that's a better offer, but if we went with Caterpillar, we can't accept the buyback, so it really doesn't matter.
Right,
So we can't even vote on the Caterpillars if we wanted both of them. I mean, we could without the buybacks, but that buyback is awful nice,
yeah, it's an extra guarantee. That
Right.
makes it $35 an hour to operate it, which
which you
JD
can't-
likes that, don't you? So maybe the same thing would be, what, maybe the offers look better in 2 weeks, so.
And John Deere does not do buybacks, is that my understanding, or?
Yes.
Okay, so that's something maybe you guys could look into, competing with, okay.
But you have-
I just would like it to be fair, so I think
So
that's
what
what
you're-
you're trying to get to too,
Yeah,
so.
just- because if we have an extra deal, that we want to take advantage of thinking about that, we have to cancel the whole thing and start over.
Dope.
It's not gonna be fair because they're already out there. The numbers are already out there.
But they both get to come to the table and do whatever they want,
It,
again.
they can, but it's, the numbers
they can choose to go up or down. off
I've
wherever.
never seen this happen ever.
I think it's good for the taxpayer.
Yeah, I mean,
It's getting
well,
better and better.
and of course you might, I don't know if you've ever had a sealed bid and then had something come up when you're talking about the bids, though, like this either. You know, that's kind of pulling a rabbit out of the hat at the very last minute
Right.
to sway. And, so.
Normally, when a bid is given and opened, most times they took the low bid and they took the engineer's recommendation.
Right, but they probably never came up and said, oh, and by the way, you're giving this too.
And we're gonna throw another big giant bonus in here. Which,
And no offense to the cat guys, it probably would have been better just to not say anything, but.
Well, if I may weigh in,
Can you pull that microphone up higher?
yes, ma'am, is that better?
Yep.
If I may weigh in, what he has done is no different than if I came up and said, we're gonna lower our price to you today and today
you
only.
could say 15,000 off the top.
It should have never been entered into the record. It is illegal to do
Right.
that.
Yep,
And so for you to make your decision based on, hey, that may be out there,
That's probably not right.
totally unethical, guys.
Yeah.
It may not be illegal, but it's totally
And we don't
unethical.
want to do anything like that. We're trying to figure this out. This is curveball.
I understand, but I think if you were to talk to your county attorney, he would tell you this is a hot potato.
Mhm.
And you should stick with what you have, like Judy said, the numbers are out there. And yes, there have been counties that have done this. They've done it 2 or 3 times and they play us against each other. But I can tell you, it doesn't give us a lot of joyous feelings towards those counties when they play those games. And that's just a hard fact. But I appreciate you considering this tonight.
can I rescind my motion? For sealed bids?
I don't know. I think with the second, I think we have to vote.
Okay,
think we have to vote
we have
on
to
it.
vote on it. Okay,
So. Yeah, so I guess that's a very good point. They're sealed. He's throwing a curveball and a half at us. We're trying to digest.
oh,
Well,
do a roll call.
maybe
vote.
we should just, yeah, we can vote.
Let's
Maybe we
do-
should ask what in the world all the legality of any of this is, because we don't have any idea.
Right, yeah, cause I don't wanna do something that's.
I don't either. So, yeah,
Even
let's
if,
go ahead.
because even if you take the cat bid, then it looks like you've been swayed.
Yeah,
to do that.
right.
So, yeah.
Hmm?
So, well, that would be our other option, that we look fair,
Yeah.
and we can buy one of each, and that would be the other motion that I would make.
Well, let's go ahead and just vote on this to postpone right now. Let's just, you want to do that, please?
Mayor,
No,
Holmes,
No.
Clark,
No,
Okay, let's scratch that out. We're trying to figure this out. Okay. You have something to say, Joe? Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I've already seen some comments posted on the Zoom meeting. It's kind of sad the way some people are starting to point fingers and pockets getting padded. The truth of the matter is if you look back at my career, there's videos out there of my character that Murphy Tractors put on the World Wide Web. Sharing my passion with what I do for almost, 16 years now. You know, I didn't fill this truck because I filled out an application. I filled this truck because I was asked by corporate office to come down here this way and build a business for this company. I hope that speaks to the service that you're looking to see, and looking to get. Aside from that, I would like to see, how do I say this? I welcome the idea of putting these machines side by side from a new purchase. Because I have counties all the way around us that have compared these things, have ran the numbers, who have the dollar per hour as to what it takes to run these machines. And our deers are winning hands down. This involves fuel costs, overall operating expenses. You know, you think how much those filters cost every single time they got to change them, things of that nature. I think this would be a great experiment for the taxpayer. And you know, you look at that $1,000 difference. I don't feel like we're going to catch very much on that, simply because I've got machines out in this territory who are running 14,000 hours with the same DPF filter they've had since new. That speaks quality to our machine. You know, Cat's coming up here saying this is how much we believe in our machine, but they're trying to give things away. If you really believed in what you had, you wouldn't try to give it away and start changing things mid-game. I feel like there's a lot to be said here for what the county could benefit from what I can provide, from what our sales department can provide, things of that nature. And in regards to the comment about parts, I work on several Komatsus, I work on several Caterpillars, I work on Case, I work on Doosan, I work on an extensive list of equipment. I don't just limit it to my brand. I can honestly tell you that our parts department hasn't had a fair shake in the last probably couple of years in regards to how we handle our parts situation. I know working on a Caterpillar store by Nottaway, they gave me the wrong parts 3 times in a row. Okay, I have another customer who recently made a comment regarding he had to make 2 trips over to Ziegler just to get the same part ordered. These aren't things I'm making up. These are things that are factual. You know, I would like to welcome the idea of running these machines side by side, and I'd encourage the county especially to put dollars per hour behind what this is costing the taxpayer and how these are affecting that bottom line and where they end up. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Well, we laid it all out there. Tonight, it's either we wait and talk about legal issues or we just vote on what we got in front of us. So I like the idea of a bidding war, but can't really do that, I don't think.
Well, I would make one, motion to buy one of each.
It is, I'll second that. It is interesting how, with the trades, they came out to almost the same price. I thought that this afternoon, I wonder if we just took the deer to deer and cat to cat and saw how they shook out. It's about the same price at low bid, so. Anybody that likes to study things and find efficiencies in county government, this would be a good way to study it. So I'm good with that. And even the operators, both of them were, the one that would be on the deer said he is fine with that, so we're not even causing a stress there, I don't think so. You have any comments, Judy, on that?
No, I'm
So there's our motion, buy one of each, trade the cat for cat and the deer for deer. And it comes, I think, around $716,666, I think, so. If that's accurate.
that's accurate.
716.
666.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's our motion on the floor here. I think, are we at peace with that for vote here? A lot of money we're spending, we're trying to be careful. You good?
Yep.
Everybody good? We talked about it now?
I think we've talked about enough.
It's that or put it off and check
Yeah,
into things,
that's-
but the sealed bid thing, curveball and a half came at us, I don't. Yeah, we got a wild deal here, so I guess if we're good, we can
Like,
vote on it.
JD, do you think that's better than waiting 2 weeks?
You wanna go back out the bid? Can we even legally do that? I
Talk
don't
to
know.
them. Be a lot more work, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't wanna do anything that's not right. But I like saving money. I like saving money. So, what's that? No, to do the test for 1,000, the way the trades worked out, this is a great deal. It's not a $14,000 spread anymore. So I'm good with that. If we're at peace. Yes, we'll vote. We'll vote,
Sure.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
yes.
Clark,
Yes.
All right, got her done. All right, wow. All right, point. Okay,
Thank you.
yep, thank you. Next up, we have Colleen.
My name is Colleen Strong and I live here in Clarinda. I am here to tell you about a project that I'm very passionate about. I left a flyer on each of your desks about it. I am the daughter of a military family, and I believe that as a community and a nation, we do not show respect and appreciation for all veterans, past and present. To that end, I am promoting a veteran banner program to be displayed from Memorial Day through Veterans Day in Clarinda. My hope is to be able to display banners around the boulevard in Clarinda starting next year. Banners would be purchased by respective families, and most, if not all, labor would be by volunteers. My long-term goal would be that other communities in Page and other counties would start their own programs to show respect. What I am requesting from you is simply a vote and letter of support in our endeavor.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you, Pauline. Well, I have seen these in communities. Have you guys seen these in other towns?
Yeah, so I just was on the East Coast traveling vacation wise. And I couldn't believe about every town had these. And I thought it was an awesome idea. That was really neat. So I was surprised that that just happened to,
Yeah,
cause I had never seen it until I was out there and I was like, that's a really cool idea. So,
Working on this since right after Memorial Day.
right.
A friend of mine in Alabama sent me a Facebook picture to tell me what they had done for their dad.
oh, that's
Right.
awesome, yeah,
I saw it, we need to do something.
yeah.
Why not?
It's
Why not?
great.
That's great. No, I've seen it in a couple towns in Iowa. I thought it was good. So I'm doing this. We'll write a support letter. I'll write a support letter. The board can vote. We can do that.
Yeah.
If we're all good with that.
Yeah.
You good with that, Judy? I'll write up a letter in support of this and the board will vote unanimously, maybe. We'll see. I think so.
Are you gonna have to present that to the city council then, or? Is that-
I'll get them in the city council next week if they have a meeting.
Okay,
So you want it before then? We'll have it to you before then. We vote tonight.
They're not sure if they're gonna have a forum for the next week,
okay.
but, I am on the agenda.
And then would it be your plan then to maybe talk to other communities or is that
Basically,
just Clarinda?
Yeah, take care, Clarendon. I got
All
that.
right,
Well, this big, they can see it then.
yeah,
Well,
sure.
I'm good. Well, I'll make a motion or what you guys will make a motion?
I'll make a motion that you write a support letter in favor of this and get it to her before next city council.
Yep.
meeting.
I'll second that.
A motion second. No discussion, we discussed it, it's a great thing, thank you for doing this, people volunteering and working
it's
on
really
this, it's
awesome.
great,
Thank you.
it's gonna be a wonderful thing, so let's vote on that,
Mayor,
Yes,
Holmes,
yes,
Clark.
Yes.
boy, that's good, I'll write that letter, and we'll put all this in there, and you can take it in,
give me a call, let me know.
yes. Yeah, I'll get it to you. Okay, got that done. All right, let's see here. Okay, next up, we have on the agenda, Hello Window project from last week, and been made aware there's been a verbal offer on that. Oh, we have to, no, wait, we need to talk
So,
about this. the
yeah, so-
conflict of interest.
so last week I did vote to move forward with the window project. I think I should recuse myself just because I am a Pella employee and it probably doesn't look quite right. And so I'm willing to do that. So I'd like to rescind my vote. And I'll recuse myself from the Pella window project for the courthouse.
Do you want to make that motion to rescind the vote?
Yeah, I would like to make a motion to rescind the vote from
Last week's motion.
last week's motion to move forward with the project.
I'll second that.
Okay,
Okay, got a motion and a second. Understand, Todd explained that, what he's doing there. Does that make sense to everybody? More discussion on that? We all good? Understand what we're doing? We can vote on it then, I think.
Mayor,
yes,
Holmes,
Yes,
Clark.
Yes.
okay. So we rescinded that.
now you guys can have a discussion about numbers.
Yeah, now I guess if this is correct on the agenda, we can, because we did receive a verbal offer. I think the email, what did you say? It said, do you have it, Judy? Okay, go ahead.
The email is for a verbal change order for a discount of $35,000. And then we should have the official document tomorrow. So I would like to make a motion that we accept this $35,000 change order for a discount of $35,000. and that we move forward with the window project.
Okay. On that, I reached out to James for the meeting tonight when I heard about this. I think it's roughly 40 windows, roughly what we're talking about, is what he kind of come up with, and some of them are a lot bigger than others, 40 holes we're covering. I mean, on 700,000, that's about 5% is what they're offering, I think. Do we know in that email who the offer's from? Does it have the acting person or does it, I've not seen it yet, so.
No, I haven't seen it. I mean, she just did a verbal change.
Okay, so we haven't seen the actual, who's negotiating. Is this even on the agenda to vote on right now? So discuss action, fellow window project vote from last week, the vote from last week. I'm not, is it even on there where we can vote?
I guess I just figured maybe we could lump it all under one, but
I don't know the wording there, that's what I was trying
the
to,
Pella project window.
yeah. I don't know about that, I don't know. So on that, I'm scared to really move on that maybe right this minute. We've been putting on every week, but we just kind of. I'm not sure, discuss action, fellow project window vote from last week, conflict of interest. I'm not sure that applies to accepting it. We can have, if we have a special meeting Monday or Tuesday to do the minutes, like I'd like to talk about the end, we
I
can,
can't do it Tuesday at all.
okay.
I've got too many things Tuesday.
Maybe we could do it Monday, we can do it by Zoom, just to be a quick one. But maybe we could, get that on the agenda and I could maybe communicate with these people that made the offer, whoever made the offer. So I think because of that, I might not second it, even discuss it, 'cause I'm not sure we can vote. So
That's
we'll
fine.
just let that fail. Well, I'll try it Monday. I'm fine with talking about Monday if we can get a special meeting, Zoom meeting or something going. So I guess on that, we had our action, we rescinded the vote from last week. Todd recused himself from this issue. And we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next issue on the agenda, I think.
Okay.
All right. So we are at, several tax abatements. In a row here. Is there anybody here to talk about that? So,
Here's all the resolutions.
yeah, I have all the resolutions there. I talked to Gary on the Clarinda ones. Okay. Do we have any other information on that little ones? Anybody here to,
I sent it all out.
yeah, all this stuff. I don't know if anybody was online or in the room, let's talk about it.
On the business park, on the new business park, the taxes to be abated are $616.
Right,
The, ones on the 409 and 17 East Stewart, the abatement on that, $396.
right.
And where's the last one? Is that it? Oh, $192 for the first one, for a vacant lot on South 12th Street. So it's around $1,000 altogether.
Right, the city's gonna.
Yeah.
Work with that, so. Okay, we have several of them there, several different ones.
I would move that we would approve all of the abatement of taxes. Each of these resolutions numbered, what are they numbered?
37, 38, 39, and 40.
Okay, that I would make a motion that we approve all of those resolutions
37, 38, 39, and 40, okay.
on abatements for the city of Clarinda.
One of them-
The city of Clarinda has requested.
Yep.
37 is 37 is Essex, so.
37 is Essex. We have to do that separate.
Oh, I don't have the Essex one. I just have the Clarinda
Number
one.
37 is Essex, yeah.
Okay,
I see, okay, so we're going to go to 42, I see it's written different on here. Well, let's do Essex by itself.
Okay.
I think, let's just do that by itself, different person applying. So we have a motion on resolution 37 to abate the taxes on.
Yeah, I'll make a motion for the Essex tax abatement, 511 Nebraska Avenue in the city of Essex.
I'll second that.
Number 37.
Okay, motion second, any discussion? If there's none,
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
yes,
Clark.
yes.
okay. Now, if you want to do all those city Clarindas together, you can.
Now, okay, a motion to approve 39, 40, 41, and 42 in the city of Clarinda. Abatement of taxes requested by the city of Clarinda.
And 38.
Yep, 38, 39, 40, 41.
It's kind of confusing what's on it, but it's 38 through 42.
Okay,
You see that there?
There it
Yeah,
is.
so the,
it's up at the top,
Yeah.
38,
Yeah.
39, 40, 41, and 42.
All right, all those resolutions, okay.
one
The
is
city
the
of Clarendon.
21 acres of farmland.
Yep,
Okay,
business park. So she made a motion, Jimmy made a motion.
I'll second.
A second. We understand what we're doing. We went over how many dollars it was in Little Store. We can vote.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes,
Okay, got that. I got them all right here, so we gotta sign these. I don't lose them in my, should we just do that?
Yep.
Before I lose them on my stack of papers. All right. Excuse me.
go ahead,
Oh, this is okay, okay. All right, the next up is, Judy put on, this next week is the ISAC meeting, discussing our situation.
Are you both going?
I plan on, I haven't sent in my information yet, but I plan
Yes.
on, if it works out, I think I will.
So do we need a motion to not have a meeting next week?
Well,
You can
since
have,
that's
you can have a special meeting.
we could, we could talk about that right now. We need to, let the public know we might be changing things around because we won't be here, so. We can take action at no meeting, but we need to have a meeting, probably with this window issue and our minutes issue, so. I guess we could make a motion to move the meeting to Monday and pick a time together. And that would kind of rearrange next week, cancel the one and move the meeting. So what time works Monday? Do Monday.
Do you want
We
to
gotta
do
make
it
sure your agenda done.
by Zoom or do you want to?
We can do it by Zoom
In
if
person.
it's simple. Or we could do it here, I don't care. Because we're gonna be a very short agenda. Monday, is there any appointments or anything? We could do it Monday,
Zoom, I
at
can
6 if you want.
do, Zoom, I could do anytime.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I
Right.
could come here after 2:30 anytime.
what do you think?
We could do it Zoom maybe in the morning or something.
Yeah, that's fine. I could do it, yeah, 9:00.
9 o'clock.
Is that fine with everybody? Okay. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion on this special meeting to do it,
Will that work, Corey? Okay,
to cancel the Thursday evening meeting due to ISAC. I'll make the motion.
Yep, you want to make the motion or?
I guess I can.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to, cancel the regular Thursday evening meeting due to ISAC training. And to open or to have a special meeting Monday at 9 on Zoom.
I'll second it.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Discussion, we understand what we're doing, we can all do that. Everybody can zoom in and watch, so,
Yep.
okay, well, let's vote on that, I guess.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes,
Park.
Yes,
okay, we'll take care of that next week. We'll have a unique week next week. Okay, next up on the agenda is the wind orders update. I emailed Carl a few days ago, and, did you guys all see that email he sent out?
He sent the email back up.
And, he added some stuff to decommissioning, but what I understood, he's working on the road use. So he's got some questions there. He's working on, so maybe, we can. Did you have any thoughts on what he said?
The one thing well about the setbacks for the road
Right away.
right of ways, yeah. So, yeah, those probably could be adjusted since we're on we're on 1 mile sections.
Right, yeah, and I think when we talked about that, we didn't say a mile from the right of way. I
Yeah,
think we
we-
said,
We were
So
trying to
many
figure
times
out the
the height.
distance with where the
Shadow
shadow flicker would be
flicker,
on the
yeah.
road, so
keep people safe. So
I don't know what that.
I don't think it's a
is.
mile. I would guess we need to maybe get him a study or a number on that that we can work off of. We can agree on. But yeah, I understood what he was saying. I don't think we ever said, I don't remember,
Yeah.
but
And he did clarify those underground lines, the high power lines, all that we had questions about, so.
yeah, 120 inches, yeah. So he's working on the road use, so maybe we go ahead and 2 weeks out, kind of put this on the agenda. And maybe he'll have the road use, and then we can have some kind of a rough draft here.
Yeah.
And then we can go over that rough draft in its entirety, and then we can kind of let the whole public read it and kind of
Start setting.
fine tune it, and once we get it fine tuned, we can set a base to have a hearing.
Hearings,
So maybe we'll reach out, and see if he can accomplish that in a couple of weeks, get us kind of the total rough draft.
Okay.
That's kind of my thoughts. I just wanted to have a little update on that. Okay, any other thoughts on that? There's no action there. Okay.
Well, so you're gonna email Carl and ask
I
him,
can.
tell him like, hey,
Just
in a
say-
couple of weeks, we'd like to have a rough draft.
Have a
of
rough
everything.
draft, see if that works.
Yeah,
I can say something if you email me back Monday, by whether or not that works or not, if it's
Yeah.
a special meeting.
okay.
If I can do that, remember that. All right, next up, we have, discuss action, where we at here? Retaining Hopkins Junior to investigate human resources complaint. I'll put that on there.
that no longer needs to be done. Because our insurance company is going to provide legal counsel.
Okay, well, we have to approve that. When you hire anybody.
Not when the insurance company does it.
Is,
The insurance company will do it and pay for it,
and that's
and
the,
we don't approve
using
that.
like the third party, is that what they're doing? Cause I know that,
They will hire legal counsel, yes, and
We
it's,
will have to pay the deductible.
but
We'll have a deductible and all insurance is 80-20 with all insurance, so the board will have to pay the deductible. 20% of it, I've been involved in hiring a few different attorneys to do.
I'm not sure that they will, but anyway.
That'd be a good question. On this, I reached out, I agree last week, I thought we got some defense, because they wouldn't tell us when or where anything even happened. So we reached out and got some defense. I had just assumed whenever the people that were gonna do the investigation we had conflict with, that the people bringing the complaint would offer another option, and I never heard one. It's been a while, so there was no option even offered. So the county works with Hopkins Junior and the insurance company works with these people. They've done other things with us. I thought of that last week. I thought, I have no problem with them, and they already work with the county, so I'm of a mind to hire them to do this.
Denton's, Davis and Brown is the one that's assigned to it by the insurance company,
Well, I'm,
so they will be handling it. It's been. The insurance company was contacted and it's taken them a long time to get it done, but they are going to be handling the claim.
we don't, I've not seen anything about that. Have you seen anything about that?
Melissa just sent this to me today.
yeah, so
I have the engagement letter here. Here's the engagement letter.
But we don't need to engage them, Jacob. We have one.
I don't know anything about this. I've not
Melissa
seen
sent
anything.
this out. I just wanted you to let you know that insurance has provided legal counsel to look into the HR complaint. It's been in the works for several weeks now, and we just heard back today. So they will be handling it.
did
I'll
that
have to
go
look
to
into that. Here's
all of
the.
us? I guess, I'm assuming that went to all of us, not
Because I didn't see that.
She just sent it.
just to you, or?
I guess so, yeah, I guess so.
Because we have to act as what we have in front of us,
Yeah.
so.
So once insurance takes over, we don't do anything with it.
Okay, well, I'd like to know what the information is on that. I have no clue what that is. So anyway, I guess we need to wait and see what in the world that even is, because I have no idea.
I know,
But if it's money being spent, we have to okay it.
No, the insurance company handles it, Jacob.
Well, I'd have
We
to
don't
ask-
do it.
I'd have to ask.
The insurance company, it's been turned over to the insurance company and they're gonna handle it.
I have to look into that, because I don't know that for certain. So anyway, until we know, I guess we can't do anything, but that's why I put this on here. Basically, they work with the county and they could get this done. I don't think it'll take very long. So I want it done. So that's where we are with it. I don't know anything about this insurance company thing, so. So I guess we need to wait and see what in the world that is. But outside of that, they would do a good job. They already work for the county. And they work for an insurance company, so. So I guess we just wait, because I don't know what duties exactly means by all this, so. I guess we'll move on. No action will be taken on that until we understand what information is, new information's come in. Okay, let's see here. Next up, let me get my stack of papers here. All right, we received, let's see here. A letter here for Judy. We got a letter from the legal counsel we hired a few weeks ago regarding the Board of Supervisors minutes and proper procedures in relation to the auditor clerk's role according to Iowa code. I put this on here. Reached out to him after we hired him, whatever that was, a few weeks ago. And asked them to look into this. We need to go to the Attorney General like we talked about, because we have a definite issue not knowing where the boundaries are. And I asked them, part of going to the Attorney General is you have to prepare and go through, one, you had to go through Carl's memorandum that he put out, the memorandum that was posted everywhere, and Iowa code, and see as attorneys if they thought it was, valid to go to the Attorney General, the question, give legal advice to us. Well, they went through it and I highlighted stuff, and they definitely, I'll just read what the attorney said.
Could I interrupt just a minute? I thought we hired this company, this law firm to defend you too, and not to do anything with this.
So here's the minutes of the 29th. You can take that if you want, we're highlighted. That's not what we did.
Yeah.
We did hire them on
I
two
know we
fronts.
hired them to do questions for us for the.
To do questions for the Attorney General, not to perform a legal opinion. Especially since they're out of Nebraska.
They're Iowa attorneys in Council Bluffs, which is less miles than Des Moines. So there, some people brought that up. It's closer than Des Moines. Okay, let's read what it says in the motion we made considering this issue. Do you see that where I highlighted second page, Judy? It says, Holmes made a motion to hire Grosswell Smarts, Claire, for the purpose of advising and consent of issues related to the questions to pose to the Attorney General regarding the minutes and general issues. Exactly what this is.
To the Attorney General.
In
This
the
is to
minutes.
the board.
No, they're advising us on that. They're advising us and they're going to the Attorney General. This is part of it. And they reviewed Carl's memorandum, these attorneys did, and here's what they said. And we're still going to the Attorney General. This is the foundation to go. You have to build your foundation, just like Carl's memorandum, he put all this stuff in there. They read through it, studied it, went to Iowa code. Just some highlights. I will send this to the media. I will lay these out here. Everybody can read this and see what they said. Just to highlight this, here's the top paragraph. It says, as our conclusion based on current sections of issues related to the Board of Supervisors minutes and Iowa code and Attorney General opinions, that the county attorney's memorandum in reliance on the 1982 general opinion is not applicable to the current issues regarding the board minutes and the auditor's role and how the board conducts business. They absolutely do not agree with his opinion. So it's two opinions. We still have to go, but he goes to Iowa code over and over. I'm gonna put this out there so everybody can read it, all kinds of sections. Another thing I highlighted here was as to the issue of the weekly minutes and the role of the Page County Auditor, code section 331.504 states, the minutes of the board shall include a record of all actions taken, the complete text of the motions, resolutions, amendments, and ordinances adopted by the board. Board minutes should not include this, that's in the quotation of Iowa code. This is his statement. Board minutes should not include a clerk's editorializations, I say that, narratives, interpretations, and personal comments. Any opinions or observations made by auditor and the board should not be part of the transcription of the minutes. Goes on down to say 349.18, which I've read in here, all proceedings of each regular, adjourned, or special meeting of the Board of Supervisors, this is code, including the scheduled bills allowed, shall be published immediately after the adjournment of the meeting. Then it goes on down, so the board does not relinquish control of the minutes merely because the auditor performs the transcription. The board responsibility, and I'm skipping around here, you guys need to read this in its entirety, I just did highlight it. The issue of the board's responsibility for its meeting minutes was recently addressed by the Iowa Public Information Board on July 11th. We were in trouble for our minutes by the IPIB. That's another fact he quotes in here that it's the board's responsibility to take care of their minutes.
And I didn't think you were supposed to talk about the IPIB.
Talked about this ever since. it
No,
first
the
came out.
meeting, the one that was held last week or the week before.
I'm talking about the public document that says the Board of Supervisors is in trouble for the Page County minutes. We did not meet code. The Page County minutes did not meet code. That's the public document that everybody can read. So that, and the Board of Supervisors is the one the complaint is against for the minutes. You guys need to digest this, but, the last thing he quotes from 1992, Attorney General opinion is the County Board of Supervisors has a responsibility to manage the record books. Even if the record books are in the physical possession of the county auditor, the board would still be the lawful custodian of the record books. That's straight from 1992 Attorney General opinion. There's a lot of information here. I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna send it to the media. Everybody can read over the whole thing. What we're gonna do with this, it's his opinion, and the guy's named Jeff Welch. His name's on the front. You can call him. Look, anytime you want. We're gonna have to go, if we cannot resolve this, we have to get it resolved. We're gonna go pose questions to the Attorney General. But this is him going over all the things he found in code to back up us going to the Attorney General, and then he'll make a decision. I just wanted to update you. I asked him to do it. He sent this to me and I wanted you to see it. I want everybody to see it and look it over, but it is in direct opposition to Carl's 1980, his memorandum he sent out. Does not agree. So all the more reason we need to go to the Attorney General.
You've already been to the Attorney General.
I've not been, no, we haven't.
Carl has been to the Attorney General.
He posed a question to the Attorney General. He did not. So anyway, there's an update on this. I'm gonna share it, the media, I'll try to email it to him, and I have copies here. So that's what that is. Take time and read over it, study it, read Carl's next to it. And think about it, but we have got to get this issue solved. It is needs to be solved. And we have, as far as talking to these attorneys and advising us, we've hired them on the agenda to do this, and we need their help. Okay, so I will have copies up here if anybody wants them. And I will email it out to the media after the meeting. There are questions on that? Good. Okay, let's see here. So the next thing we have is board communication. I had a jail meeting yesterday at dinner time. That is going through the bids came in very high on the jail. And so it's going through another revision, trying to shrink it down to what we need. They're working on that we're working on the dates. I know that the Samuels group reached out to the auditor asking about, they're working together on the dates for the ballot for us, how many meetings we have left to even put it on the ballot. It's not very many. I think it's in August. Do you remember that, Judy, what the dates are?
The last date, well, I don't,
It's somewhere in August.
it differs depends on what you're putting on. There are different code sections.
Right.
But it's August 28th to September 21st for candidates.
Okay.
And so there may be a difference, but it's
For jail,
somewhere in
somewhere in
that.
there.
Yeah.
So we need to know to put it, if we want to put it on the ballot, we just have to make sure we don't miss if we want to, our opportunity. But they are working on the floor plans, and the sheriff and Tony, the chief jailer, they are working on condensing that right now. We had a meeting and they're trying to get that put together as quick as possible. Think anything else? I have a document here somewhere. I can let you. What it is.
The only thing I had was a West Central meeting, so that was our August board meeting. We won't have one in September, so the next one will be October. That was Tuesday night, so.
Okay. And like I said, Isaac's next week, Wednesday through Friday.
Yeah.
So we'd all be trying to go that if we can. That's Iowa State Association of Counties,
Counties,
ISAC,
yes.
so everybody knows what that means, as we say abbreviation. It's well, we have claims to go over, work on that. Our minutes, as far as in our board communication, I mean, we'd like to request that the minutes from this meeting, we're currently in 17th and the 10th, we have that on the agenda to approve those.
Yeah.
For Monday, so we make sure they're there, I mean.
Yeah, so can I ask a question on last week's, on the end of the minutes? It states that the updated rewritten minutes were not turned in. Did
Yeah,
they?
I gave it to her, yeah, I forgot last week, I went down the stairs, I gave it to her at the beginning of this.
Did you have another
Oh,
copy?
just-
Because you didn't, get- I
But
didn't get
just
one.
now
either.
you forgot last week to give. it to
Yeah,
her.
because you weren't here and
Yeah.
I got all,
Yeah,
the
okay.
meeting was a circus, but I did get there and I can
Do you have another
email it.
copy?
I don't have it with me, but I can get you one. So this next, so I have tonight, but that's not gonna do us much good, can't do anything with it.
Okay.
But I would like, does this board want the minutes on the agenda for Monday? We want to
Yes,
see our minutes from the 17th
and the 10th,
and the 10th,
correct.
Monday, at our special meeting. So I'm good with that. Well, so
Yes,
I don't know if it's an issue. I'll make a motion on that. I make a motion that the board has their minutes on the agenda as it has always been.
a second.
Okay, any discussion on that? Okay, you want to roll call that, please? Okay. I made a motion that the board has approved minutes from meetings. What is it? 8/17 and 8/10
10, yeah.
on our next meeting.
Which will be Monday, the.
What is that?
21st.
Monday, the 21st.
Maybe.
Not a long one. Yeah, if you would.
Mayor,
Yes,
Holmes.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes,
Okay, get that taken care of Monday. All right, claims we've got here, about at the bottom of them.
I move that we approve the claims.
I second.
I turned over. Okay. Okay. All right, any discussion on that, on the claims? Before we vote? Anything else? Okay, we're good. You can roll call that, please, Christie.
Mayor,
Yes,
Holmes.
Yes,
Clark.
Yes,
okay, at that time. Well, since we don't have minutes for the easy part, need a motion to adjourn.
make a motion.
Todd motion, Judy
Second.
second. All right, thank you for coming and return.